guys, welcome to another episode of Reactivity on the Road. I'm Claire Lawrence, your host, dog trainer, editor, video editor, everything involved. And this week we're going to be having a look at what should have been last week's episode. We're going to have a look at going to a cafe this week. Now, when I'd originally been asked about the cafe, they actually wanted a country park cafe, and I did initially go to a country park cafe. However, unfortunately the one that I'd selected was closed and was due to be closed for like 5 or 6 weeks. So ideally when I was looking for a cafe for this and for people just starting with their reactivity training, I wanted somewhere with a lot of space. You know me and my distances is huge when it comes to the success that you have with your reactive dog. The more space that you tend to have, the less reactions that you often get. However, always an exception for the rule. Some dogs see a dog and just smell a dog and start reacting. It depends on your individual dog and on the type of reactivity that you're presenting. But that aside, we opted to go to a friend of mine's cafe who's in the middle of Buxton, so we had the additional distractions factor. And this place is a lot smaller than I would have liked it to be. I won't spoil the surprise, and I'll let you see how it all went when we got there. I'm just going to shut up, let you go and watch the episode. Enjoy. Okay, so we have just arrived at the Country Park Cafe. It's a place up on the Roaches, so we have to drive here to get to it. What I'm going to do, because it's a place I've been before, but it's new to me today, and I do know that it's dog friendly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in, have a look at what's going on in the cafe, order my coffee, and then probably pop back out for Hunter after I've done that. Don't die on camera, Claire. And then set him up and get going into the cafe episode. Right, I'm going to go. Okay, so the coffee shop that we were going to go to is actually closed. So what we're doing is we're just having a little potter out on the track, and then we're going to find somewhere else. It's a shame because it's a beautiful view over the coffee shop. But hey ho, we should try somewhere else. So a lot of the things I focus on whenever I go to a new area, as I said on other episodes, is letting them sniff, letting them check it out, letting them make sure that they're okay. Now, it helps that even though this place is small, I know the owner really well, and she removed the 2 dogs that were in here just before when I brought Hunter in. So he allowed us to do this sniffing and for him to check things out, and he heard the dogs in the back and he would obviously smell them, and it really gave him a chance to settle in and feel comfortable was the main thing. Moving forwards then, it was a case of, right, we've sniffed and checked everything out, let's have a look at what's going on out the window. Let's start getting some connection and focus on what it is that I would like the dog to do. So parking the lead, which I'm doing here, can be really useful for you in short spaces. In short spaces, I meant in small spaces. If you park the dog, you can let them look. I would be rewarding any form of engagement right there that's away from your dog's main trigger. So if you've got a dog reactive dog and dogs walk past that window, it's going to be pretty tough for them. Start with things that is not so difficult for them and reward those as well. Then what I start to do is I start to say, hey, we're in a place now, I'd like you to settle, I'd like you to relax, I'd like you to chill out. After more looking out the window, more connection and engagement, more settling, then for me personally, I do not mind my dog interacting with other people if he wants to. Of course, if there are treats on offer, Hunter is gonna be there. But if you've got a dog that struggles in new settings and you're happy with it, then you can let people interact with your dog. Now comes the time for introducing the 2 dogs. So these were both female dogs. Hunter was very interested, but I maintained connection and focus with him. He was allowed to look. I rewarded those checkaways. What I'm looking for is, because he's eager to meet, which is great, what I'm actually looking for is more settled behaviour in him. Now, if you own a German Shepherd, as beautiful as they are, they can quite often be intimidating to other dogs just because of the way that they look.
So it's important to me that the other dogs feel comfortable as well in that setting. That's why I'm not a huge fan of letting dogs meet straight away. I prefer to get that connection. I prefer to encourage that settled behaviour. I want to encourage almost a level of ignorance in the dogs before even thinking about doing the meeting. What this can also really help teach your dog is that not only do we not meet straight away, but sometimes you might not get to meet at all. There's a big hoo-ha that dogs have to say hello to everybody, and it's just not the case and can quite often cause more problems than it can do good. Now, when we've done the settling and the dogs are relaxed, these guys were happy to do introductions, but it also gives you that opportunity to find out if the other dog is wanting to be met and if you're ready to do it. So we've made sure that all of the dogs are at ease. Hunter goes in nice and low, sniffs a bum, all of the random stuff that dogs do that we find disgusting, and that was it. He was happy then. The little sausage dog was still a little bit unsure about Hunter, but they worked through it. They worked through it nicely. He was really polite, and overall I was really, really proud of him in this setting, because I've been putting off a small space like this for a very long time. If you have a frustrated greeter, then it pays to be able to teach your dog how to settle, how to check back away from these close quarter settings. But we continued with nice, casual, relaxed body language, some greets, as you can see here. Hunter can be a little bit rude, as you can see here, but it continued, everyone was happy, and we just carried on with being in the same location together, more settle training, and more belly rubs that coming up. I think he had some more treats out of the cabinet, and I think what I'm going to let you do is just let you enjoy the rest of our cafe session, so you can see for yourself what's happening. If you've enjoyed the episode, hit subscribe, give us a share, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next show.